All right, good to see everybody this morning. It's been a few days. Coming off of the scrimmage, it was good being able to go back and look at some of the steps that we're taking. I know we talked afterwards, but I really I like the attitude and the mentality of what I saw there in person. I thought it showed up on film. Seeing just the effort, the pursuit, the sense of urgency. Really liked. I thought Jordan had a great scrimmage. I think it's over 70% completion during the day. Really made some good choices. Wasn't out there for I think he ended up getting 3 series, moved the ball. It was positive. A guy that I want to definitely want to mention is Lawrence Toafili. I think he has had an incredible camp. He might be our most improved player on the roster. Watching, he's had his explosive moments. He's made an impact here, but really excited about the steps he's taken in his game, and just love all aspects of what I'm seeing from his continued development. And he had a really good scrimmage the other night. We did have a couple guys that got banged up, so it's provided some new opportunities for others. I will announce today that CJ Campbell will be out for the year. Unfortunate. CJ was a guy that really was coming on in the running back room, and really did a phenomenal job in our special teams unit. So it's definitely going to be a big hit to us. With that. We're going to, we've actually today we worked Josh Burrell, who's a very versatile athlete. Put him back in the backfield. Looked great today. I mean, it was a really good first day for him. Being able to, with his size, his speed, he's got great feet. He's been really coming on at receiver. I like the things that I've seen from him, and we'll still have a mix of that as we're going. But just as our depth there, we want to make sure that we have all plans covered. But I thought he did a really good job today. We have a couple other guys that might miss a little bit of time, but we're going to continue to work through the process on that. But I do want to point out CJ, because he's done a phenomenal job. He's got a great future in front of him here at Florida State, and just sad for that young man that he's not going to be able to play for us here this season. But really done some great work defensively. I thought we did a good job. Like I mentioned after, I thought we played fast. I mean, there's still some things, communication adjustments, some of the finer details that we've got to continue to clean up, which allowed a couple of explosive plays. But I thought we tackled better. Still have to continue to improve. But the speed of our defense is something I really like, and I see that growth within that unit.
How much did Josh do that at all in high school? Because he looked kind of natural.
Not a whole lot, but he's and to make the comparison right now, but I've had that in past places. A guy like Antonio Gibson was a receiver for us at Memphis. That as he got to his senior year, we put him more at the running back position, and he took it very naturally. And he had done some things that kind of wildcat, different things like that. But we'll see. Obviously, that guy's starting in NFL, so we'll see where that goes. But when you have versatile players that can do a lot of different things, I mean, it's a great benefit for us. And Josh has always been good with the ball in his hands, and I've kind of had that in the back of my mind. If we got to a position where we needed that, we know the receiving threat will be out of the backfield, but he's also 200. Almost 20 pounds, and he's got really quick feet. And what I liked was some of those vision runs that he hit today, which was really good. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
How's that conversation happen? Is it just a one-day thing, or is it something you put in his ear maybe a few weeks ago?
No, I mean, it was something I've had in my mind, but obviously with CJ, going down, it opens an opportunity, and like I said, Josh has really come on at receiver, but we've had a lot of guys that are pushing there, and we're still, even today, he's still got reps at receiver, but he's gonna have to jump in. Josh is one of the smartest football players we have on this team. He understands all positions, across the board at receiver. Now we're just going to incorporate a little bit of the running game and some of the things, protection and route wise there from the backfield. But we talked to him over the weekend. We had a couple of days, and something that he embraced, and it showed up well today.
Things kind of come into focus for you guys now in terms of who you think you rely on, who you want to be in certain sub packages, things like that, as you go into this final week?
Well, I mean, there's still a lot to be determined. I think when you sit there and you look at, that 2.5 deep, we kind of have a pretty good sense of. There's some guys that we're still gonna push. I mean, you look through every year. There's guys right now that might not project as much, but we know that as the season goes, they continue to develop, they continue to grow, that they're gonna get their opportunities. So that's a big part today. We did break up a little bit in a preliminary scout look today. Tomorrow will be more, but we got a lot we have to clean up on that. Today's practice was, it was like I told our guys. I mean, we've got to continue to push. There's got to be that sense of urgency. There's got to be that mindset. And I thought it was a solid practice, but it wasn't our best practice that we've had, and that's something that we've got to take ownership of as players. We got to take ownership of as coaches, and make sure that every time we step on this field, that we're going to go be better than what we've been. And I thought today, there might have been a flash here or there, but just collectively, we got to be better.
We've seen flashes of the potential over the last couple of years. What's different about him now that where you say this?
I mean, size, speed, strength, understanding. He's embraced all phases, and he's very confident in what we're asking him to do. Our running back position, you got to do a lot. I mean, from the passing game to protections to run, the tracks, the run game, some of the natural things that will show up. But it's a lot on him, and he's been able to have a select role in what we've been doing. But now, I mean, I think you're seeing the complete back coming, and it really does have a lot to do with the physical development and the mental understanding and confidence that he's been able to develop through that as well.
Go back and watch the scrimmage tape. What did you see from the younger quarterbacks? Kind of what was going on in bigger roles?
I'm really pleased. I'm excited about the future of both of them. And I mean, Tate has showed himself. I mean, he's a different guy than what he's been. Which, ultimately, he's been a freshman and a redshirt freshman. So it's you want to see progression, you want to see growth. Kind of same thing with LT. I mean, those guys came in together, and when you have a sense of the offense, you know where it's supposed to go. You've grown, you've developed. I think Tate's playing with that confidence. I know I've mentioned many times about AJ. Just his understanding and what, how well he's translated that as a freshman, but he's still a freshman. He still has, freshman moments. He's just, it's him building that confidence of what he's being asked to do versus a variety of different looks so that he can do the things necessary to help put us in a position to be successful. And I thought both of them had really good moments. And then there's still some things we got to continue to clean up with.
What do you think? We went back and watched the film of the scrimmage on the offensive line. Maybe a couple guys that stood out that had a really good scrimmage that maybe you didn't see in real time because it's hard to.
Yeah, I thought Jazz is. He played a lot of stuff. We wanted to see him, and Jazz and Bless were guys that we wanted to see him. Try to get a few quarters of full work in that, and I think they both played 50, 60 something snaps, and I know Alex talked about just the playing them, and we flipped them on. We flipped them with the sides that they've been on. Both have a past and a history of being able to play both sides. But I thought both of them really came out and did some good things, and we wanted to see that. And I'm excited about the growth of them. I think Bryson Estes is continuing to get better. We've looked at him. He's doing working at center, still working at guard. Being able to do both, and his progress is something that's showing up. Meach has done a really good job. Meach has done a good job. I'm excited about what he's done and just how he's transitioned in. And then we got probably 15, 20 plays out of Darius, and that was that was really good for us. And to see him jump in there and just it really kind of sparked some confidence in him. And then today, he hit it running, which was great to see. And we're looking forward to that continued progression. But seeing some of those guys that are getting back in the fold, and then some of those young guys that are continuing to take positive steps.
What makes Darius such a versatile offensive lineman, and what does he kind of give that offensive lineman?
Well, I mean, he's smart. He's got great physical tools. I mean, he's got tremendous length, foot speed, ability. The thing that has kind of been a challenge for him has been just overall just strength and development. And he's had a couple of injuries throughout his career that's kind of hindered that and not really had a full off season. You know, even with this off season, it was a challenge. But you know, with it being a lower body injury, you know, he was able to really focus on his upper body. I mean, and you know, put on some great weight. I mean, he's right now you know pushing over 300 pounds, which was some. I mean, there's times last year I don't even want to say how low he got, which is was pretty scary. But you know, he can do it all. And I mean, he's you know. He'll be able to play center. He'll be able to play guard. He'll be able to do all the things. You know, and obviously we've seen him out at tackle, but you know, I think his best days are ahead of him, and really plays with his development.
How many guys play all 5 spots?
I mean, you know, Dylan Parham that was you know at Memphis was one that did you know at that level. I mean, and you know obviously he's a top draft pick you know for the Raiders. So I mean it is a great trait for Darius, and I think he's got a bright future because of that.
Time for a couple more.
You talk about projecting guys further down the road. Like, is Malik Feaster one of those guys, or is it too soon to tell what he can be, or do you have an idea?
Well, we had a pretty good sense when we brought him that he would be somebody that could help this team. Now it's the accelerated transition, and you know you come in, and I mean he was a week behind already just for fall camp, and that's learning language. That's all things. So he knew. That's one of the things I appreciate about Malik is. He came in. I was very open and transparent about the opportunity. He had to go do it, right? And there's been guys that I told him there's guys that we had looked at and brought in, and when it came to they looked at if these guys are turning those guys, you look at a depth chart and Malik wanted an opportunity. So I'm coming in to compete, and whatever that looks like, whatever that's got to be, I'm going to earn what I get. And he's brought that mindset, he's brought that approach, which I appreciate. And so we're putting him in some roles to showcase what he can do. I thought he did some good things today. Today was his first real day of kind of being able to jump in and see some of those skills. And I thought he definitely flashed a few times today.
Have the guys you guys brought in wide receiver helped like Malik in terms of like being around guys that play a lot of football?
I mean, I think so. But Malik played a lot of football, and he is. Malik's helped Malik as much as anybody. I mean, he is a tremendous worker. I mean, he really cares. I mean, he wants that coaching. He wants that development. And then, yes, when you're around guys that have done it, and guys that that you're competing with, it's always going to push guys to get better. And I think we've definitely seen that. Malik's, he's had a really good camp. Kentron's had a really good camp. Those guys. I'm just excited about what their future is going to be, and and just the role that they're going to have on this team this year.
All right, thank you, Coach.